National Defense College partners with Optimal Image Media to boost strategic defense reporting. Senator Ali Ndume commends President Bola Tinubu and service chiefs for restoring normalcy in Kerawa, Borno State. Katsina State Police Command reports significant strides in the fight against armed banditry in the state. Kenya mourns the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Hello and welcome. You are watching Third Eye Africa TV. I am Juliet Omra. Let's take you through the news. In a move to deepen collaboration between the media and national security institutions, the National Defense College, NDC, through its Center for Strategic Research and Studies, has signed a memorandum of understanding with Optimal Image Media Limited, owners of Third Eye Africa TV. The partnership is geared towards advancing strategic communication, research, and public awareness on defense, security, and national development issues. Kenechukwu Ojuyenemu reports.
The courtesy visit and signing ceremony held at the National Defense College, Abuja, marks a new synergy between the Defense Institution and Optimal Image Media Limited. At the event, Chairman and CEO of Optimal Image Media, Shuaibu Mungadi, emphasized the importance of indigenous media, noting that Third Eye Africa Television, Nigeria's first crime watch television station, is dedicated to investigative journalism, crime prevention, and community safety.
We are investigative journalists that are trained properly to do whatever the foreign media are doing. We started by starting a television station, and so we have the Third Eye concept.
Provost of the Center for Strategic Research and Studies, NDC, Professor Adam Okene Ahmed, commended the initiative, describing it as timely and essential for fostering national security awareness.
So we are glad that you people are here. So we want to thank you for the midway between us and Optimal Image Media Limited. So we want to thank you for this, and we hope that we'll be looking more, we'll be looking at the clauses, we'll be cooperating.
The Managing Director, Third Eye Africa Television, Dahiru Hassan Kara, during the visit, addressed the issue of insecurity in the country and emphasized the importance of accurate information dissemination in combating crime and insecurity. He also expressed satisfaction with the success of the entire process and assured the NDC that the partnership and collaboration between both parties would be one of a kind. The Memorandum of Understanding outlines key areas of cooperation, including joint research, public enlightenment, campaigns, counterterrorism advocacy, and training programs aimed at strengthening public trust and institutional capacity. Both parties expressed commitment to ensuring the collaboration contributes to a safer and more secure Nigeria. From Third Eye Africa Television, Kenechukwu Ojuyenemu.
The Department of State Services has announced the arrest of two of its former officers, Barry Donald and Victor Onyedikachi Godwin, for allegedly impersonating the secret police to defraud unsuspecting Nigerians. This is contained in a statement by the DSS in which it stated that the suspect, previously declared wanted, had been apprehended and would be prosecuted in accordance with the law. Donald and Onyedikachi are said to have been engaged in the use of agency's name to commit fraud. While reaffirming its commitment to safeguarding Nigerians from imposters, the DSS announced plans to publish the names of other previously dismissed personnel to prevent further scams. It urged members of the public to verify all official engagement through its verified communication channels and to promptly report any suspicious persons claiming to represent service. A former leader of the Nigeria Senate and representatives of the Borno South Senatorial District, Ali Ndume, has commended the Nigerian Army for its prompt response in restoring normalcy in Karawa in the state. This comes after residents of the border town in the northeast state recently fled into neighboring Cameroon after Boko Haram militants seized the community. The insurgents were, however, pushed back after the military deployed reinforcement while residents are returning home following deployment of military personnel. The lawmaker in a state commended the Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede and the Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa for their prompt response, particularly the deployment of the 153rd Task Force Battalion to the community. Senator Ndume noted that the quick intervention of the military lessened the havoc that could have been wreaked on the community by the terror gang. He further pleaded with the military authorities to make the presence of the military personnel permanent in the community, which he noted is a border town. He also called for sustained collaboration between the Nigerian military and its Cameroonian counterpart in policing border towns. 2 people were confirmed killed and several others injured after armed gunmen invaded the Wering community in Riom local government area of Plateau State on Tuesday night. Residents who confirmed the attack said the heavily armed invaders, numbering over 100, stormed the village at night and opened fire, indiscriminately killing 2 people while several others were injured as they tried to escape into nearby bushes for safety. One of the victims, identified as Joshua Monday, reportedly died on the spot, while the other died on their way to the General Hospital, Riom. It was also gathered that troops of the Nigerian Army and other security forces arrived at the scene shortly after the attack to restore calm. The Katsina State Police Command says it has made significant strides in its ongoing fight against armed banditry and other security challenges in the state. Over 1,000 rounds of live ammunition have been recovered, along with arrest of more than 160 suspects linked to various criminal activities. The police public relations officer of the command, Abubakar Sadiq Alihu, briefed newsmen on the achievements of the police in September 2025. Our correspondent, Shamsudan Sari, has the details.
The achievements recorded by the Katsina State Police Command in the month of September 2025 include foiling of several armed bandit attacks in many communities and neutralizing 5 suspected bandits. The State Police Command also was able to rescue over 80 kidnapped victims and recover over 1,000 pieces of tramadol tablets and other illicit drugs. The categories of suspects apprehended by the command include 12 suspected armed robbers, 5 suspected murderers, 20 suspected rapists, 2 suspected gun runners, as well as 14 suspected illicit drugs peddlers.
1,096 pieces of tramadol tablets, 42 pieces of Exol tablets, and wraps of dried leaves suspected to be cannabis, and large quantities of suspected vandalized electric cables.
The Katsina State Police Command was also able to recover 4 cartridges, 1 general-purpose machine gun, 2 AK-47 rifles, 1 locally fabricated. The Katsina State Police Command was also able to recover 4 cartridges, 1 general-purpose machine gun, 2 AK-47 rifles, 1 locally fabricated gun, and 5 suspected stolen motorbikes.
The suspects are Abdusalam Mohammed, age 25, and Aminu Mamman, age 23, both male residents of Bauring Safana village in Safana local government area of Katsina State. And during preliminary investigation, the suspect confessed to have picked this exhibit from Hadija of Jigawa State, and they are on their way to Bauring Safana forest in Safana local government area to deliver this exhibit to criminal elements hibernating in the forest.
The police public relations officer Abubakar Sadiq Ali says the command recorded the success with the support of other sister security agencies and the cooperation of members of the public. According to Aliyu, the command under the leadership of the Commissioner of Police, Bello Shehu, is working tirelessly to curb the menace of insecurity visible in the state. The police commissioner vowed to continue to work closely with other sister security agencies in the fight against armed banditry, thuggery, armed robbery, and other security challenges. The police also call on residents to continue supporting law enforcement by sharing timely and credible information. From Katsina, Shamsuddin Nisani, Third Eye Africa.
And taking us further, let's take stories. Troops of Operation Wild Stroke, OPWS, have intercepted a vehicle loaded with substance suspected to be illicit drugs during a routine stop and search operation in Akwanga local government area of Nasarawa. A statement by the acting media information officer of OPWS, Lieutenant Ahmed Zubairu, said the interception occurred at the Akwanga Malama area of Akwanga. Lieutenant Zubairu said the ash-colored Toyota Solara was flagged down by troops at the checkpoint, but the driver abandoned the vehicle and fled into nearby bushes upon sighting the soldiers. He said despite a swift pursuit by the troops, the suspect evaded arrest. The vehicle and recovered exhibit are currently in the military custody for further investigation and subsequent handover to relevant authorities. The Force Commander Joint Task Force Operation Wild Stroke, Major General Moses Gara, commended the troops for their vigilance, resilience, and professionalism that led to the successful interception. Gara reaffirmed that the commitment of the Operation Wild Stroke to ensuring sustained peace and security across Benue, Nasarawa, and Taraba State. Also in Taraba State, troops of Operation Wild Stroke recorded another major success in the ongoing Operation Lafia Nakoa, aimed at clearing terrorist, bandit, and other criminal elements from the state. The Acting Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, 6th Brigade Nigerian Army, Lieutenant Umar Muhammad, made this known in a statement issued in Jalingo. He said during the operation, troops were deployed at Tabga Ngasawa village in Ibi local government area and launched a clearance operation targeting suspected terrorist hideout in Badakoshi, Fajul, Kurmi, and Dampa village. The troops were said to have encountered the terrorists at Badakoshi, forcing them to flee toward Vajul village near the forest. The statement said soldiers pursued the fleeing suspects with superior firepower, dislodging them for their positions. The statement added that a thorough search and the area led to the recovery of one AK-47 rifle, one AK-47 magazine, one round of 7.62mm special ammunition, 5 rounds of blank ammunition, 2 fragmental jackets, 2 military camouflage uniforms, and 1 Jingcheng motorcycle suspected to have been stolen during an earlier attack on Tabga village. The Yobe State Command of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has destroyed 8,165 kilograms of illicit drugs following an order of the Federal High Court. The exercise, which took place in Damaturu, was carried out under the supervision of senior NDLEA officials and other stakeholders. Director of Operations and General Investigation Ahmed Suleiman Ningi said the command had seized a total of 16,011 kilograms of various narcotics. This includes 13,595 kilograms of cannabis sativa, 2,476 kilograms of psychotropic substance, and 0.04 kilograms of cocaine and 0.1 kilogram of heroin. Ninge explained that while 8,165 kilograms were approved for destruction, the remaining 7,846 kilograms were still under court process and kept in the agency's exhibit room. The Yobe State Commander of the NDLEA, Abdulaziz Kayode Ogboboyi, said the destruction of the drugs was proof that the fight against drug trafficking and abuse in Yobe State was yielding results. Still in drug trafficking, the Jigawa State Police Command has arrested about 105 suspects in a major crackdown on drug trafficking during simultaneous raids across the state. The police public relations officer Shisu Adam confirmed the arrest 2 newsmen at the command's headquarters in Dutse, the state capital. He explained that during the raids, officers of the command searched every nook and cranny of Jigawa State to root out illegal drug activities. The police spokesperson added that the raids led to the recovery of over 5,000 illicit drugs and intoxicating substances, including cannabis and various hard drugs. He urged the public to cooperate with law enforcement agents by reporting suspicious activities in the fight against narcotics that is ongoing, as everybody is needed on board. Now to some political happenings. The gall of defections currently witnessed among opposition political parties may not come to an end soon, as more opposition figures are defecting in their numbers to the ruling All Progressive Congress ahead of 2027 general elections. A day after the governor of Enugu State and his cabinet crossed over to the ruling party, another opposition People's Democratic Party governor, Doyi Diri of Bayelsa State, announced his decision to quit the party that brought him to power. Against this background, correspondent Margaret Ogumesi examines the situation and its implication for Nigeria's democracy.
Today, I wish to address a matter that has been in the subject and the subject of speculation and debate across party lines in Bayelsa State and even beyond. Today, the 15th day of October 2025, I wish to formally notify you that in keeping with the extant protocols, I, Governor Doyi Diri, do hereby resign my membership of the People's Democratic Party. And I'm not going to resign alone. And as you can see, I'm here with Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and all the members of our party.
In recent times, governors and lawmakers at the National Assembly have been busy with their political calculations, and quite a number of them have defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), thus positioning themselves for possible re-election in 2027. The resignation of Governor Doyi Diri from the People's Democratic Party now brings to 4 the number of state governors that have quitted the main opposition party for the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) since the beginning of this year. In April 2025, Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborivori, the immediate past Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, and all members of the PDP in Delta defected to the APC. The same pattern was followed by the Akwa Ibom State Governor Umo Eno, who formerly left the PDP and joined the APC in June 2025, saying the decision followed months of consultations and was intended to position the state for stability and development. Ironically, the 4 states have been ruled by the PDP since the inception of the current democratic dispensation in 1999. With the latest defection, PDP has been left with only 8 governors, and it has further weakened the opposition party, which had controlled 11 states after the 2023 elections. The loss of the PDP, no doubt, is the gain of the APC, which now holds 24 states. The Labour Party, All Progressives Grand Alliance, and New Nigerian People's Party govern 1 state each. As at now, governors still holding on the PDP are those of Adamawa, Bauchi, Plateau, Taraba, Zamfara, Oyo, Osun, and Rivers State. However, some of the governors have been subject of defection rumors. The fresh wave of defections comes just days after the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum and Bauchi State Governor Bala Muhammad expressed concern over the growing number of governors and senior party figures crossing to the APC. Speaking in Abuja on Saturday after inaugurating the party's convention communication subcommittee, Mohammed admitted that the defections had unsettled the party, though he said efforts were ongoing to keep it united ahead of the November 15 to 16 National Convention in Ibadan. Unfortunately, it has been observed that the gale of defections not been driven by real issues of governance and development, but by politics of 2027. It is still 2 years away from 2027, and yet politicking and all manner of defections have taken the center stage. As it is now, the fear of a one-party state is staring Nigeria on the face. an ill wind that will blow no one any good.
Still talking politics, preparations are in top gear in Kebbi State for the hosting of the meeting of the All Progressive Congress Governors Forum. The high-profile event is expected to attract governors from across the country, along with top political leaders and stakeholders of the ruling party. Our correspondent, Hayatu Bala, has more on the report.
The city of Birnin Kebbi is wearing a new look ahead of the All Progressive Governors Forum meeting scheduled to hold tomorrow Friday. From the main street to major hotels and event centers, preparations are in full swing to ensure a successful and huge pre-event. The Chief of Staff Kebbi State Government House, Barrister Attahiru Machedo, in a press briefing shortly after the weekly State Executive Council meeting said Kebbi State Government is fully prepared to host the forum, and that the state is known for its hospitality and peaceful coexistence, pledged to showcase that to the entire country.
As our dear state prepares to host Progressive Governors Forum, meeting scheduled to take place on Friday. Already adequate arrangements pertaining to logistics, security, collaboration with relevant agencies to ensure smooth and successful hosting of the event has been done.
He also announced that the Executive Council has awarded contract for supply of school furniture worth 1.4 billion naira. Also speaking, the Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Dr. Abbas Anikalgo, said Kebbi State Government has also approved the establishment of Bureau of Statistics Office in the state, adding that the decision marks a major step forward in collective efforts to strengthen evidence-based policy making, data-driven governance, and strategic planning in the state.
And it is in line with this that in addition to the legislation signed by His Excellency and the appointment of the substantive Statistician General, that His Excellency today as Chairman of Council has led the Council to approve the take-off grant for the establishment of the Kebbi Bureau of Statistics in the sum of 900 million.
On his part, the Commissioner for Agriculture, Alai Shehu Ma'azu, said the Executive Council has also agreed and approved contract for the purchase of additional 2,000 power tillers to the tune of 3 billion naira to distribute to farmers towards boosting agricultural activities.
Launch his development agenda, our agricultural development agenda, with the synonym Kadagi. The agenda seek one of the main objectives of the agenda is to mechanize the agricultural sector such that it will be made lucrative for youth and women.
Also speaking, the Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Bello Marshall, said over 45,000 vulnerable people are to benefit from another set of health empowerment program where they will receive pre-medical treatment under the Kachima Health Initiative.
This approval is in line with the national standard given to all the states, and the rehabilitation and upgrade of these primary healthcare centers will be in line with the national standard given to Kebbi State Government. Also, to support the activities of Kachima and our hospitals, including the primary healthcare centers.
Other speakers at the briefing included Executive Secretary, Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Alhaji Abubakar Muhammad Numa, and his counterpart, Dr. Japar Muhammad Augi of Kachima. I am Hayatu Balanasara, reporting for South Eye Africa from Birnin Kebbi.
Thank you, Hayatu, for that report. Stay with us after this short break. We bring you business news. Thank you, Juliet. I am Kenechiko Ojianum, and this is Business News. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has intensified efforts through the use of compressed natural gas CNG powered trucks to distribute premium motor spirits, PMS, also known as petrol, at 850 naira per litre to different parts of the country. The deployment of the CNG trucks has enabled the 650,000 barrel per day refinery to sustain supplies as NNPC Limited increased its depot price to 900 naira per litre from 850 naira per litre. The retail prices of petrol have increased by 6.8% to 955 naira per litre from 890 naira per litre sold last week. Data at NNPCL and stations owned by independent marketers in Lagos and Abuja showed that the petrol was dispersed between 900 naira and 955 naira per litre. Also, petrol marketers across Abuja, the nation's capital, have increased their pump price by over 50 naira per litre following a similar increase by NNPC Limited. Also, data by the National Bureau of Statistics show that Nigeria's inflation rate has dropped to 18.02%. The National Bureau of Statistics in its monthly inflation report said the food inflation rate in September 2025 was minus 1.57%, down by 3.22% compared to August 2025, which was 1.65%. It attributed the decrease to the drop in the average prices of maize, grains, garri, beans, millet, potatoes, onions, eggs, tomatoes, fresh pepper, among others. It's added that the average annual rate of food inflation for the 12 months ending September 2025 over the previous 12 months average was 24.06%, which was 13.47 percentage points lower compared with the average annual rate of change recorded in September 2024, which was 37.53%. Moving on, the World Bank has said that access to affordable and reliable electricity could unlock Nigeria's job creation potential, transform economies, and lift millions out of poverty. In a new blog post titled Switching on Opportunity, How Electricity Can Transform Jobs in Africa, the bank noted that while energy advances have revolutionized work globally over the past 150 years, Africa's progress remains slow, with about 600 million people still lacking access to power. The bank stated that affordable and reliable electricity is key for firms seeking to scale operations more efficiently in the region. The World Bank warned that an unreliable power supply continues to be a major barrier to growth, with blackouts causing business disruptions that reduce employment rates by an estimated 5 to 14 percentage points. According to the institution, energy access has become one of the most critical levers for economic transformation and job creation across the continent. It said sectors such as agribusiness, light manufacturing, mining, construction, healthcare, and tourism could see significant productivity gains through more intensive and reliable power use. To accelerate progress, the lender said it is leveraging $30 billion in resources from its International Development Association over the next 5 years to support Mission 300, an initiative aimed at providing electricity to 300 million Africans by 2030. The funding represents about 20% of its total support to the region. And that's it on Business News. Thanks for watching. Up next is Global Updates with Hawa.
Thank you, Kenya. Welcome to Global Updates. I am Hawa Umar. Let's begin. Kenya is in mourning following the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, a towering figure in the country's political landscape who ran for the presidency 5 times over 3 decades. Odinga died on Wednesday in India after suffering a heart attack, marking the end of an era in Kenyan politics. President William Ruto led tributes calling Odinga a giant of democracy and declaring 7 days of national mourning, during which flags will fly at half-mast across the country. Though he never won the presidency, but Odinga was widely respected for his role in shaping Kenya's multi-party democracy. His legacy includes a lifetime of political activism, opposition leadership, and service as prime minister from 2008 to 2013, following a power-sharing agreement after a disputed election. Ruto praised Odinga's unwavering commitment to national unity and democratic ideals. Odinga's death comes just months after he struck a political pact with President Ruto, bringing his party into government in a rare show of unity. Also, in another development, Madagascar's new military ruler, Michael Randrianirina, has said he will soon be sworn in as the country's president. He stated this on Wednesday, and as the African Union suspended the island nation after a coup that ousted President Andry Rajoelina. Rajoelina, who was impeached by lawmakers after fleeing abroad during the weekend, has condemned the takeover and refused to step down, despite Gen Z demonstrations demanding his resignation and widespread defections in the security forces. The army colonel, speaking at a press conference a day after a high constitutional court invited him to serve as president to the former French colony, stated that he will be sworn in soon. A spokesperson for the African Union said on Wednesday that the body had suspended Madagascar with immediate effect following the coup. At a block meeting earlier on Wednesday, African Union Commission Chairperson Mahmoud Ali Yusuf said the rule of law must prevail over the rule of force. He noted that the AU's approach is grounded in law and dialogue. Randrianirina said on Tuesday that a committee led by the military will rule for up to 2 years alongside a transitional government before organizing new elections. Randrianirina was a commander in the elite Capsit army units that played a key role in the 2009 coup that brought Rajoelina to power, but broke ranks with him last week, urging soldiers not to fire on protesters. And that's it on this bulletin. Over to you, Juliet.
That brings us to the end of today's bulletin. Let's take a look at recaps of our major story. National Defense College partners with Optimal Image Media to boost strategic defense reporting. Senator Ali Ndume commends President Bola Tinubu and service chiefs for restoring normalcy in Kirawa, Borno State. Katsina State Police Command reports significant strides in the fight against armed banditry in the state. Kenya mourns the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. That wraps up today's edition. I am Juliet Onra. Thank you for staying informed with us. Until we meet again, stay security conscious and stay safe.